What if we viewed our life as if it were a movie? And what if we treated ourselves as the protagonist of the movie? How would I react in more difficult circumstances or have a pity party? You ask yourself, would the protagonist do that? Would they sit there and cry about it? Or would they get up and find a way to enhance their knowledge and make some good critical decisions? I mean, if you think about it, we're all living our own personal movies. If you interact with me in my life, you're just a small scene in my ongoing saga. So that's me. That's what I'm pondering. Thank you for checking in, and I will see you tomorrow. Just filling up my car at the gas station a minute ago when I noticed a guy one car over was definitely checking me out. And I gotta say, I'm always a little bit flattered when I notice the gay guys getting all Twitter-pated over me. Definitely an ego boost. Holy shit, I just held my breath for 3 minutes without barely even trying.
Oh! That is fine. That out.
Life is so awesome, and right now I'm about to partake
Of some of these amazing Brussels sprouts.
We're making a music video. I like good communication. I don't want anyone to be left in the dark to what my intentions are or where I'm coming from for a certain topic of discussion. And yet, if I go a level deeper, there's an unhealthy component, and that is, well, basically not wanting anyone to dislike me. Thanks for checking in, and I'll see you tomorrow. I grew up in small town upstate New York where I didn't have a very large pool of influence of people who were outside of my small bubble of community and faith. I was raised to believe that homosexuality was a sin, and believe it or not, after going to nightclubs and dancing and feeling just the freedom that comes with moving your body and with celebrating life. I met a lot of gay and lesbian people there and quickly realized that they were people just like me who were loving and deserving of love. At a very young age, I joined the Army. I joined the U.S. Army to serve my country. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Ready. Okay, so this is day 3 of Mission 22, where we're bringing awareness to the amount of suicides that happen every day, an average of 22 suicides every day in the veteran community, and that's a lot, and that's not okay. And so, along with bringing awareness, I want to help bring some of the tools that I have found over the years that have helped me reintegrate myself into the world. I'm not anti-America. I'm not anti-anything. I am pro-peace. I am pro-acceptance. What's important is my heart, and my heart is coming from a place of love and empathy for all who have died, either serving their country, whatever country they were serving, both sides. Today I want to dive into one of the most vulnerable things I can think of, and that is facing vulnerability itself. I'm going to be getting super vulnerable with you guys, and I'm going to be doing my push-ups at the end of this video completely in the nude. Have I told you lately that I love you? Seriously, Ian, you are a powerhouse of talent. A deeply feeling vulnerable human being. You have shown me by example what it means to be graceful, to be dynamic under extraordinary circumstances and still be kind. Oh. But don't make it weird.
Today you are you, and that is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. So what are we afraid of? We're afraid of what our friends might think. We're afraid of what our family might think or say about us. And that kind of bums me out. I feel like when I get down to my true self, I find nothing but love and compassion and openness and nothing gross or scary, nothing to be ashamed of. I find when I'm afraid or I don't know something, that's when my ugly comes out. And that's not helping me out.
Hello, operator? Operator, yes, hi. Could you dial 3? Great. Hello, yes, hi, Dad. Uh-huh. Perfect. I'll jump right on my horse and I'll see you soon. My challenge is to set down all technology while having interactions with the old folks. Or any of my friends for that matter. So the idea is to just reconnect. But wait! What if there's an emergency? And someone's trying to get me on the line? Yes? No. Fear not. That is what bathroom breaks are for. Why would he tweet that? Today, I am tackling one of the most difficult challenges of my entire life. To be patient. Am I supposed to just sit around and do nothing? No, that's not what actual patience looks like. Patience is when you have a goal in mind and you know you want to get there and you can see the steps that will get you there, but they're not all moving fast enough. So what are some things I can do that aren't a giant waste of time? That's a cow's ass. That's an ass. Most things in life worth achieving are a combination of opportunity meeting preparedness. So what are some ways I can prepare myself? Well, I could read a book. Another thing I could do is some research on the internet. Aha. Or maybe I could find a podcast on something I would like to learn. Oh, those are balls. Balls are swinging there. So today is the 4th of July, which is our Independence Day here in America. At first, I thought I was going to go off on this really clever rant about why don't we claim independence from big oil companies? Why don't we claim independence from the liars and the bigots who are currently running for office here? Why don't we declare independence from all of those hating on other races, religions, and creeds? But then I got to thinking, all that's really going to do is spread more anger, frustration, and hatred in this world. So instead of a really clever rant, I'm going to do the next best thing. Every day, I'm just going to continue to be the change I would like to see in this world. Because let's be honest, the only thing you can actively, effectively change every single day is yourself. So naturally, my normal challenge is to power through and to get things done. And there's a time and place for that. But today, I'm feeling extra exhausted. So, my challenge is to take a nap. Hey, you've been busting your butt. Why don't you take the night off? I don't think anyone's gonna notice if you miss a daily challenge. Dude, no one's gonna judge you. Everyone knows you're a hard worker. Yeah, man, you're totally justified. Okay, fair enough. Even if some of my excuses are justified, they're still excuses and they're sending my brain in the wrong direction. So what does solution thinking look like? This morning, while making my breakfast and moving at a high rate of speed and thinking 3 steps ahead, I ended up breaking a dish. And this was a quick reminder of a lesson I learned back when I was in the military, and they were teaching us how to reload our weapons in a hurry if we were in a firefight. And the cadence was slow as smooth, smooth as fast. If you're in a hurry and you're moving quickly, you're gonna flub up, fumble, drop something, and the best way to be efficient is to be in the present moment. Be present. So if there's one thing I've noticed is nobody likes to see somebody who has their shit all together when things are going bad. We feel empathy and can share in our human struggle when we see how rough someone's actually doing. And yeah, a culmination of a lot of things. I'm feeling pretty tender right now. It's a mixed bag, but my challenge for today was to show you the rougher side of me. Anyways, yay, thanks for checking in, and we'll see you tomorrow with the next challenge. Some days are more emotionally trying than others, so I find the best thing to do is just keep moving. Put that smile on your face, even if you gotta force it, and know that good things are on the horizon. So, my challenge today is to stay hydrated no matter what, and stay away from the things that will make me crash later on.
Today I'm dropping the struggle. No more challenges. Redefining this whole thing. Today I just had to go for a run. And tomorrow we're gonna change up the whole format of my daily video. So check back then, and see you tomorrow.
What I realized is that all I seemed to be focusing on and finding in this world was more challenge. And so obviously we want to focus on what's going to bring us the most joy, the most happiness, the most peace, and also the most spiritual, mental, physical growth. And so today I'm challenging myself to drop the challenge, rather to make it a daily contemplation. So I guess what I'm doing is repurposing my daily intention to be one of open-mindedness, open heart, as I contemplate the state of myself and the state of what's going on around me. So thanks for checking in, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next daily contemplation. Hey everybody, thanks for checking in for my daily contemplation. When I was arriving home just a few minutes ago, I realized that I had forgotten to buy the toilet paper. It was on my list. I drove right by the store. I made a mental note to pick it up, and sure enough, I forgot. And so I was driving back to the store, and I realized that, hey, wait, I skipped the whole mental temper tantrum and the whole frustration factor and just did the thing that needed to be done. I've got toilet paper now. Hello, I'm a disembodied head. Who are you looking at? I took my first tango lesson tonight, and I gotta say, this is the dance for me. We get a little freaked out when there's no body attached to the head, don't we? Yes, we do. I've decided to retire for the evening and snuggle up and watch a movie with some popcorn that I'm about to make. And I just realized I don't have anybody to snuggle with, so feel free to personal message me, and I'll shoot you my address, and you can come on by for some non-politically charged, no strings attached cuddling. That's what I'm up to tonight. Lots of snuggling. You too. You know it. A couple weeks ago, I set out on a journey to discover whether or not listening to music could affect my mood. So each morning, what I do right after breakfast and right before I go to work is to listen to my absolute most favorite song in the whole world that empowers me, excites me, energizes me, and puts me in a downright awesome mood. Yay! So much yay! Yeah. And so I've been practicing this for 2 whole weeks just to see what kind of days I have after listening to that. Even if I wake up and I'm not really in the mood for that song, I'll listen to it anyways and see how it treats me and how it sets up my day. I would say there's something to it.
There's a lover in the story, but the story's still the same.
I've been noticing I've had elevated heart rate and kind of a lightness of head and a lot of sleep loss this week. And I was talking to my naturopath, and she said, don't worry, these are all common side effects of being in love. So I think I'm going to be okay. So I was in the post office today and I happened to be in a ridiculously good mood, and I looked around and I noticed that of the 15 or 20 other people standing in line that nobody else was in a good mood, and I stopped to ponder what's the difference between them and me. And I don't think anymore. I know I chose to have a good day, to be enjoying whatever situation I found myself in. I realized yet again that happiness all too often isn't circumstantial, but rather a choice.
All right, I'm wrapping up a 5-mile run today. Been slowly working up to a half marathon. And I have a very important question for all you long distance, all weather male runners out there. And that is, what do you do when your wiener turns into an icicle? I mean, not just like, oh, it's chilly out, but I'm talking like if you were to take the carrot on the end of Jack Frost's nose and, put him outside overnight in a snowstorm and come back in the morning and give it a check. That's about how cold we're talking here. And yeah, long distance cold weather runners, what do you do to keep your winky warm?
So today has been a day of pondering the in-between moments. I've noticed that I'm usually pretty good at staying present with what I'm doing in any given task, and then I turn into a zombie in between my moments, going hither and thither. So now I'm watching my body as I go from washing the dishes to working on my computer again, and what happens in between. Hey everyone, I've been finding myself confronted with a heavy wave of emotions today. Stuff churning in my psyche, and I have a lot to think about and a lot to ponder, and I can feel myself wanting to hit the escape button, to distract myself with television, to go grab a beer even though I'm not drinking these days. And so yeah, I'm just kind of returning to the idea and the importance of sitting with difficult emotions when they arise. Almost a 5-year period where I really didn't cry very much, if at all. I was pretty blocked up emotionally, and I remember after a meditation and hearing a specific poem that unlocked my heart and allowed the tears to start flowing again. And I've been able to cry like a champ ever since. So what do you know? Being vulnerable, opening yourself up to a stranger, while naked at the spa, yeah, what a beautiful moment in time. It's one thing to have an emotionally trying day. It's another thing to have to sit here and talk about it. How vague do I want to be? Let's see. Had a pretty amazing and unfortunately short run with an incredible woman who, when we both honestly looked at ourselves today and where we're at, my truth was that it wasn't the best fit. So had to process that and have a good cry. Now it's just time to be kind to myself and maybe go to bed early. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Thanks for checking in. What if the universe was neutral and everything in the world was simply a construct of our own mind and how we perceived it? And if that was the case, what if we decided to perceive the universe as a friendly one that was continually conspiring in our favor? And maybe all the negative things that come to us in life are just lessons to help us better understand how to love and have compassion for ourselves and others. Why are we here? Why do I want the things that I want? What is the point of any of this? Why did this certain event have to happen? Why hasn't this other event that I would like to happen yet? I was pondering this and also doing a little bit of research in a different field of study, and I realized that the mystery is actually the most exciting part about life. It's the not knowing why. It's the something to seek after. It's the gathering of knowledge that's exciting. It's the being surprised that's the fun part of life. And so if if we dispelled all of our whys, it'd be pretty boring now, wouldn't it? Here it is 1 a.m. I'm just now getting to my daily video from yesterday, if you will. And wow, I mean, it's been about 3 weeks of incredible outdoor shoots from morning sunup until sundown. And I gotta say, yeah, this is the best. I'm exhausted. I'm up till midnight or 1 or 2, sometimes every morning, catching up on the admin work. Running a freelance filmmaking company, but man, I don't know. I'm happy, I'm tired, I'm going to bed like in about 2 minutes. Today, I just want to say thank you to every single person who has held a very special part in my life so far, and I'm eternally grateful, and I will never stop opening my heart to new possibilities of love and human connection. And so that's where I'm at. Thanks for checking in. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. When times are difficult, it's easy to blame a greater evil force. And when things are going well, we can see divinity and beauty in everything. There's a reason that we have created religions and that we all want to believe in something greater than ourselves. Is there something greater than ourselves out there? Sure, possibly. Can we prove it? No, not really. I think that's part of the excitement and that's part of the beauty. Am I still agnostic? Yep. Am I okay with that? Absolutely. Even after the first roadside bomb that was set off underneath my vehicle, attempt on my life and the life of everyone else in my truck, we boogied back to camp. The enemy was not a clear target at that point. And as I processed that, I, believe it or not, still didn't have the amount of hatred in my heart to kill yet. A few months later, another roadside bomb went off. And I actually, as I came to after the concussion knocked me out, and I woke up and I realized I was okay, and we quickly cleared the perimeter and realized everyone else in our truck was okay, I started laughing and I was like, oh, I know this scenario, I know how this goes. And even at that point, I still didn't have the anger or hatred in my heart necessary to commit murder. And shortly thereafter, a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine in another convoy in another truck, was killed by a much bigger roadside bomb. I remember getting the story firsthand from the driver. He was saying when they were picked up by helicopter and flown back to the base, he knew that the gunner had died when the blood dripping down from the top cot turned cold. It was no longer warm, it was cold blood dripping down on him, and that's when he knew that we'd lost our buddy. It was enough to push me over the edge where I felt hatred and almost eagerness to kill, to settle the debt, revenge, if you will. I am a funny, loving, caring guy, and I watched myself become basically a terrorist. And so from that point on, when I would drive down the roads of Iraq, I would be a little bit more aggressive in the way I muscled people out of my convoy. And there was one point where I was driving an 8-wheel drive Hemet and there's basically a rule where you don't let anyone into your convoy for many reasons. And there was a car full of Iraqis to my right trying to bully their way into the convoy, and so I was fixated on him, and enraged and still having the fresh loss of my friend and the anger welling up inside me. I wasn't going to give in. I wasn't going to let these guys get in. And then looking slightly ahead on the road, I realized that there was a car broke down and 4 or 5 Iraqis were standing around blocking the right-hand lane where this other car is trying to get in. So then at that split second, I realized that these guys probably weren't a threat, but were simply just trying to not crash into these guys that were broke down on the side of the road, because we're all cooking along at probably 55, 60 miles an hour. And so in my anger and hatred and rage, I had a brief moment of being like, you know what, fuck these guys, let them die. They're a bunch of idiots anyways. And at the last possible second, I clicked out of it. I was like, nope, not gonna let these innocent people die today. Swerved my truck over, let them get around the car, push them back off into the other lane, and wouldn't let them continue in our convoy. But in that moment, I realized how quickly I could become the terrorist as well. We so quickly dehumanized the other side. It took seeing myself change in real time to a very dark place and to a murderous state of mind, and then working over the years to, through meditation, through doing charity work here stateside, to reaching out to you guys with these videos and sharing my heart. It's through reintegrating the compassion in my heart back into society and back out into the world can the healing truly take hold. So thanks for listening. I wish you all well. Nothing but love from me to all of you, and thank you for your time. It's 1:20 in the morning and I forgot to do my daily video. So there you have it. I did the daily video. I don't know any of this. This is all just me verbally vomiting. I'm not claiming to be an expert. Don't sue me. That's just what I'm pondering. Alright, we'll see you tomorrow.
So I'm about to blindly walk into Toyota here, and Jon Meyer says he's got something spectacular that I know nothing about, and he's giving me 0 clues, so I'm supposed to have cameras rolling. Let's go find out what's up. What's up, buddy?
On the dot.
On the dot.
Nice. Welcome, have a seat.
Thank you. Cameras are rolling.
Cameras are rolling. So, today's May 1st. Do you know what that means?
Probably means many things to many people, but I don't know what it means to you.
Well, what it means to you is it's been a full year since you have started uploading your daily videos. Started as your daily challenge and then moved to your daily contemplation.
Right.
I couldn't find an exact date, but it said May, and so I just went with May. So Here we are in May, a year.
A year.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So, how do you feel about the experiment, or if it even was an experiment? I'm not sure. What do you think, looking back?
Yeah, having to check in with myself every single day and see where I'm at and see what my goals are and just feel the failures, and it's vulnerable. I'm feeling vulnerable even now.
I bet you are.
It's funny when I have the camera on me, it's comfortable, but when someone else flips it, it's suddenly like pressure's on.
Yeah. What about? Don't worry, I'll flip it back to me in a second.
Cool.
How do you feel about the feedback and the interactions and the type of and just the amount of views and everything like that?
Right. I try to be non-attached to the view count or to the feedback, simply because I'll post a video that I think is awesome and get next to no likes or comments, and then a week later someone will come up to me and be like, oh wow, I was in a rough spot, I heard your video, it inspired me, I had a much better day because of it. But you know, they didn't want to share that online, and I understand why. So I know that just by me being out there and being vulnerable, it's impacting people, and that feels good.
Great. All right, here.
Yes.
Showing me here.
So
Okay.
what are you up to?
Well, I've watched every single video, start to finish.
That's awesome.
Furthermore, I found a way to download every single video.
No shit.
Do you see where I'm going with this, Ian?
Do you have basically a documentary cut?
Basically, I yes, have a half-hour documentary that I've made about you.
Holy shit.
Comprised 100% of your footage, B-roll and everything. I didn't shoot any of it.
Right.
I just edited, I added music, I adjusted color, audio levels.
Right.
I even adjusted some things to make you sound like you're saying stuff that you didn't actually say, but the point is still the same. And so ethically speaking, I haven't shown a frame to this of this to anybody. I told a few of my closest friends, but I haven't shown a frame because I wanted you to look at it to make sure you're okay with the way that I depicted you, because I did. I edited it. I edited it. I edited it.
I
Yes.
love it.
It's cut up pretty severely, so I think I could be wrong, but I think you're gonna like it.
I think so too. Who doesn't like looking at themselves on?
So if you'd like to.
You got it here?
I got it right here.
Oh my god!
It ended. I was going for feature length, but it didn't end up sustaining the concept for that long.
Yeah.
So it ended up.
It has to be the length that it needs to be.
It ended up being 27 minutes,
okay.
and I think it turned out really well.
Wow,
I'm really excited about it. And if you're willing and you like it and everything's a go, then all I have to do is send an approval, and we're going to screen it at Kelly's Olympian on May 25th. And so. Of course, dude. After you see it and approve, assuming you're gonna like it.
Right. Wow, dude. I'm beside myself. Flattered on so many levels. So let's check this thing out.